Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV playthrough video as we continue with my Endwalker journey. Hope you guys are excited. Let's get into a recap. Last time, as we further explored Elpis in the past alongside Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus, we continued to shadow Hermes as he went about his chief duties, observing his skills and taking his measure as the designated successor to the seat of Fandaniel on the Convocation. We made our way to a creation reportedly not faring well. The Charybdis, based on a sea creature with enhancements giving affinity to wind and allowing it to fly, was feared to be too unstable and thus set to be reverted. But Hermes thought differently, arguing that it is too early to make that call, suggesting it may simply have developed a fear of flying and that he will help it by transforming and flying alongside it. Emmett is abhorred by the idea, as transforming in front of others is seen as uncouth, and so Hythlodaeus, in a stroke of genius, pushes Emmett to train the Charybdis instead, as he can fly without the need of transformation, can see ether currents, and can deploy wind magics to guide the creature. So while Emmett handles the training, Hythlodaeus and the Warrior of Light have a nice evening chat about Emmett's skills, as M vouching for him to get him on the Convocation, and how the friends will together return to the star at duty's end. As the skillful Emmett Selk completes his arduous task successfully, and the Charybdis flies once more, we journey back to Anagnorisis to recap our observations of Hermes. When there, we are informed that another problem has arisen. The Lycaon have escaped and slaughtered nearby Occupates, and we must go to the 12 Wonders to investigate. We follow the clues to track the Lycaon, Meteion feeling Hermes' pain as we come across the corpses of the dead Occupates. He suggests that Doros must have taken the creature away, so we should go and speak with him. When we find him, Doros has already made the decision that the Lycaon will be reverted to ensure the safety of the other creations, adding that they remained aggressive even after having their memories reset by a reconfiguration device created by Hermes himself called Kairos. Hermes argues that we should exhaust all options before pursuing the unmaking of the Lycaon, and Doros seems persuaded but will give Hermes and the others his full report inside. And so the Warrior of Light and Meteion scour the local area for a gift of a flower to lighten Hermes' mood when they finish. Among the many species of flower there, of course only one would be the correct choice for Hermes, Elpis. But Meteion suggests that the Warrior of Light turn the flower black to let him know that he isn't in his dark place alone, that others feel the same way. We return, and once their meeting has concluded, we drag Hermes out to the Elpis we found, and with a little concentration, the Warrior of Light turns the batch not to black, but to a deep purple. But this is enough to reach Hermes, and we talk under the stars for a while. He empathetically speaks of being plagued by doubt, while man fulfilling their purpose and returning to the star in death is seen as a beautiful choice of their own free will. For creations it is not so, them being discarded without thought. As he thanks the Warrior of Light for solidarity in complete and utter depression, he moves on to ponder at the stars. Each one perhaps a civilization not unlike Aetheris. But if the purpose of the people of Aetheris is to live for their star, what drives other living beings out there? With that thought in mind, he created beings of Dynamis in Meteion and her sisters, the Meteia, capable of traversing the vast distances out there in the hopes of communicating and understanding the meaning of their existences. The next morning, Doros has reached the decision to revert the Lycaon back to ether, and even though Hermes plans to petition the Bureau to keep them as a restricted creation, we head out to witness the procedure. But soon we find Doros in distress, the ethereal shackles which bound the Lycaon broken as they became increasingly frenzied, and so we chase the remaining creatures down. Soon after, Hermes reluctantly puts down the final Lycaon, sorrowfully lamenting its death as it returns to the star. Emmett Selk approaches and asks Hermes to join the Convocation, telling him that he does not belong here. Hermes retorts, questioning the rationale of sacrificing all of these lives for the sake of the star. And when the star has reached perfection, what is the purpose of their existence then? After he questions his own fitness to represent mankind, Meteon manages to comfort Hermes for the time being. Upon gathering himself, he postpones the discussion of his joining as we depart for the 12 Wonders once again to explore the rest of Elpis. We travel to Kalamaleo Zephyros, just outside Poieten Oikos, if you know where that is, and upon arrival are about to become shark food before a familiar woman steps in to save us. Finally, we meet in person the previous Azem, Venat, cloaked in white after stepping down from her role, introduces herself to the others, approaching the Warrior of Light and brazenly inquiring if we're from the future, reasoning that because we have never met, and by sensing her woven magic on us, she could have only have done it at a later point in time. She then offers her accommodation in Poieten Oikos for further conversation as we prepare to delve into the unknowns of the past and the future. And that's about where we left it off. Don't forget, if you're new here, to hit subscribe. Welcome. I appreciate you guys. Become a member if you want to help support the channel. Appreciate all the members as well. And join the Discord. All the links are in the description below. As always, hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into it. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much— oh god, I skipped. Oh, bad start. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Poieten Oikos. Concept crystal. We're gonna get ambushed. I know it. Okay, we're not. The problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Azem into the equation. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper, when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. Aww. The Azems, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have the habit of making Emetzelk look as if he bit down on a sour grape. Our last searcher returns, and I'm afraid the Aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. First date, boys. I got her a literal diamond ring. How about this? Marry me? The crystal, well done! Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I've often been asked to do so. Traveling and searching go hand in hand. I've often been asked to do so. Oh ho, you two— oh my god, I'm impressing. Am I scoring well, chat? Am I doing good? Oh ho, you two? Some of us seem destined to always be searching for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of the answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Like marriage. Zero riz? Fuck off. You kidding me? Look at me. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my Okay. She's that type. First date. To my accommodation. I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow that path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. When she says her parents aren't home. Wait, what the fuck? We doing this? Didn't sign up for this, Venat. Maybe Emmett. Actually, no, maybe Hitler. Emmett would just bring the mood down, I think. Yes, this will be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. You needn't be nervous around Venat. Those white robes mark her as one of fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary Elpis, such garb is worn only by those who have stepped down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Alright. Answers?
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like.
Okay.
Now then.
That smile, dude.
Will you tell us your tale?
I can't, bro. Like just sitting here in silence. A calamity called the final days has befallen the world. The world has been sundered, broken into shards. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. I guess we're here to find out about the final days, so we should stay on in the context of that. A calamity called the final days has befallen the world. Why am I telling them again? Aren't we going to blow up the universe?
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Well, I got on this cart thing with some guy. We might be here for a while. And then she dumped me too. Or Emmerich. Was that Nibriales or La Habrea? Sideburns? Made them sit through every cutscene from your in-journal. Yeah, I'm still questioning who that woman was that was very gleeful that the world was ending when we were on the moon. We got a little snippet of it.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous.
I'm telling the truth.
Venat?
She already knows, doesn't she?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Heidelin?
Okay, so we were well before
change,
that.
Of course. But it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No. There must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures.
Well, we know that she was created, Heidelin was created to withhold Zodiac. So I guess we don't really know the reason why, still.
Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star.
Huh.
By alerting us to that eventuality, Perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Ooh.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility.
So it's a sacrifice. They can't save themselves, but they can save everyone else in the future.
Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital in Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
She knew for sure.
This is quite a puzzle. And we do not have all the pieces.
The question though is, how do you like start this? Because it's gonna become like a paradox, right? If the whole plan was we were sent back to tell them so that Hydaelyn would then plan all this so that we would be sent back to tell them so that Hydaelyn would, it becomes recursive. I hope we get an answer to that.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight.
Right.
Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Yeah, but how? Like, we have no idea how.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
It's gotta be Elpis, the flower. Or
Listen to
Dynamis.
yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale?
He doesn't believe it. Come on, Emmett.
Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
Oh, that is, interesting. I'm thinking about like how they wrote his character that he changed like that.
Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Unless he knew. Unless it was part of the plan.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren.
He didn't.
You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Dynamis is the key to all of this. Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved. I'm still trying to make sense of it all. I do think, yeah, Dynamis. I don't know how though.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of dynamis.
Huh.
And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, 'tis time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Mommy. The teacup.
Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azam described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Okay. So he planted the idea of like the time loop. So everything that happened to us was a product of this meeting and part of the plan. Even me going back. Okay. I never actually thought about it though, that could be the way that they did it. That it's this idea of a sacrifice. Well, I never thought about it in that light. It was always portrayed as they chose to sacrifice in order to like save themselves and their own star. But it was never let on that it was to save the future of the star, you know? I'd have to go back and look at the lyrics of Answers, because I feel like there's some meaning there as well. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Okay. Wait, can we check out her... No, ignore that. See the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis. From what I can recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Hey, questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. The following event can be skipped. Oh, is this a Mattia situation? Oh shit. Begin asking questions? Greetings, Ismene. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Venat. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail, and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? How long has Meteon be here? We don't want to get too specific. I cannot rightly say, as the chief's personal creation, Meteon has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. Oh. So one day she was simply there, and what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you wish you knew him better? Do you trust him? Ooh. Okay, we'll poke. You trust him? Oh, fuck. Okay, we failed. Beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years. Though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties. That is what you mean. Heidel? Oh, she's just helped me out, Venat. Forgive us. We seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Meteon? That would be Timaeus. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come to. I think we've taken enough of Ismin's time. Okay. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismin mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with Timaeus. So, what is it you wish to speak about? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Chief Hermes' work? A worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favourite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Okay, move it in the direction of Meteon. Meteon 2 is a marvel then. Oh. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Well, given that that's frowned upon, let's move the conversation towards Dynamis. You know of Dynamis and the Entelekis? Dynamis and Entelekis? Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard of anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? No. Yes. Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. I didn't even get to choose to fuck that one up. I would have said yes. Back already? That was quick work. You were obviously clever enough to head off any of that rambling Ismin mentioned. So, have you any new findings to share? Not really. I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as his personal project, and can provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelekis which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes it seems. Thus I am inclined to stay our current course, and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteon? Aside from her unorthodox method of communication. They're more like her she is sisters, journeying the stars in search for intelligent life. SETI. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? Sorry. So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue. One we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripeteia Krystalline. Not far from here, just follow the path to the west. Peripeteia Krystalline. That's kind of a fun word to say. Peripeteia. Poieten Oikos. Peripeteia. Peripeteia. Potato. Willem Basham. Stew. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripeteia Krystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Okay. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Okay. Waiting. Indeed. So, if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. That was quick. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? The final days. The Chief Overseer's personal research project? And by that, I assume you mean Meteon. Oh, he knows, okay. He's got all the gossip. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galine shared with me. Galine is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward. A host of them. Ooh. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Venat, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galine? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabaseos Thalassae. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. Ooh, I kind of wanted to go to this place since the start. Imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Venat. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we proposed for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as a Zem, and what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use this day. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. Aye, I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. Wow, did he just... I guess it's like, there's kind of a positive connotation for them, but he's basically saying, I look forward to your death. Wow. I will be honored. I won't be. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. Oh, how nice. That would be most helpful, thank you. I have opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabaseos Thalassae. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I'm sure. Noted? Anybody remember? Because I don't. I just love the vibe of this place. It's got this similar like floor pattern as Amarot, and I don't know, it's just so, everything's so pretty. Even just look at the crystals, dude. Look at the crystals beneath the pillars. The tower head is still part of Peripeteia Krystalline. We will need to ask for passage through the upper tier. Mistress Venat, just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway. Okay, is this going to be a better view? Oh god, anybody get vertigo? Scared of heights, guys? Really climbing. Is this the highest we can go? Oh, there's a whole other path? That door leads into the Thalassae, but perhaps we can trouble this person for assistance with finding Galeen. Mistress Venat, I was not told to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Everybody loves her, man. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. Ah, but she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. God. Conversation with Venat. Is this where we kiss, chat? Under the moonlight of no moon?
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Agree, yeah.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
It got more beautiful with the Dawn Trail release. As beautiful as ever. Some parts, yes, others not so much. It's more beautiful here. We gotta keep the confidence, the, inspiration, so they carry out with stuff. As beautiful as ever. There has to be a future worth saving.
I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
Yeah?
Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
I'm not leaving. I'm staying. We found her. Like, we found her. Oh my god, we found her. It's it. This is it. We're just... She has so much interest in me. This is all a guy can ask for.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind?
She's an astrophysicist. This is crazy. She's
Riddles
perfect.
and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance.
Her vocabulary, man, holy shit.
I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now.
Oh my god, dude, this side eye.
Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end.
Oh, she said the thing.
Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Oh god, she needs justification. She wants to know whether she should go through with it.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Oh, Galeen! Interruption, timely. God fucking damn it. Has it been a good journey? I don't know yet. I need the last episode to conclude before I can tell you guys.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes's creations. Meteon, you witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation.
The night
As I
shift.
walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up. Then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy
The
on
tree.
the isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Meteia, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though.
Huh.
He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
He does seem to be losing himself, though. Like we saw last time, he was a little bit frustrated, I think.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Not quite yet.
Please.
No. Just one more minute. Shit. Was it worthwhile? It depends if I die or not, right? I think that literally is the condition. At least in game, maybe outside of game. Yes, of course it's been fun. I've met all you lovely chatters. Of course it was worthwhile. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Oh, I never actually thought of that. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Maybe it's just revenge. Because again, he did seem pretty pissed off at the way things were, and then you connect that with the way he was when we met him, not as Hermes but as Fantaniel. Like maybe he dooms us out of spite. I should like to visit the site from which Hermes sent forth a Meteia. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Galeen said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? I know where it is, It's here. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? What about that one? Have you the means to fly? Oh god, I didn't do my ether guards. 'Tis quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. Oh! To me, Argos. Moondog. What you doing down here? My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry two here over to that island? Roof. No? Stubborn creature. There is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. He doesn't like me? Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You've ridden him before? Ah, your before, meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match? Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you're worthy of his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two in the bargain. Alright. First date part 2, I guess. You seem doubtful. A useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember. A memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? What if I die? I will do what I must. I had a feeling you might say something like that. Know that you must give a good showing, however. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. Wait, can I talk to Argos? The entity is identical to the one you encountered in Merlarmentorum, except this Argos is pointedly ignoring you. Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you. Worthy of his back. Alright, I gotta prove my worth to my love. Can I just like sit here and listen to it? Ah, okay.
Let neither side hold back.
Here we go. Whoa. Ow.
Blade sings!
Circumzenithal arc. Oh, she's so beautiful. Look at her. Is she a paladin? What the fuck? Yeah, this is kind of cute. Uh-oh.
My blade sings!
My blade sings! She's so good at what she does.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
What's that? Armed with Muse's war quotes. Oh, she's a dancer now? Fuck yeah. She has multi-skills? This is cool. Oh. Da, da, da. It's the Charlian theme.
Have a taste!
Okay, we did this in Wernch, or what was it called? Like an in-out thing?
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
What is she now? Black Mage?
Betray yourself.
Oh god. Okay. Uh-oh. Haha, too good, bro. You gotta do better than that. What's she gonna be now? Oh, Weaving mop.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Alright. She's going Super Saiyan. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Holy crap, there's so many of these. Yo, chill out, Venat. Oh god. This is not good. This is a DPS check. Oh fuck. Bro. We're gonna line him up. We're gonna line him up. We're gonna line him up. Apex arrow, baby. Oh my god. I am chained. She chained me.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will.
Bro. She's a badass. I'm still alive.
Still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope.
Okay, that did
I have
nothing.
seen enough.
Oh, we're done. Oh my god. I literally love her. I'm stricken. She can do all of that. Like, she's insane.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you.
He could have as well.
One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding.
I hear that's kind of in these days.
As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Oh. Oh. Oh, good boy. Argos likes me now. There we go.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you.
Get on, idiot.
Boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Nice. That's cool. So then in the future, he still doesn't forget. So this is the same guy. Aww. We're gonna meet in the future. Argos will soon have us standing in the very spot where Metia made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Bard 90, baby! Let's go! Radiant Finale. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That's a line from Venat. That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the Isle. Climb onto Argos's back and we can be off. You know, I honestly cannot remember the last time he carried anyone but me. First date. Look, our first date is going so well. We're gonna tell our grandchildren about this, where we, instead, we didn't go to the fair, we got on magical golden dogs. Argos motions to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Ride Argos to the Isle. Wow. We did this with Y'shtola as well. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems to think so. We're in sync as well, look at this. Finds out Venat's grandma. I won't tell if you don't tell. You know what I'm saying, boys? No, something. Noetophoreon. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? She's so smart and talented. Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment. She would laugh. It would be a funny moment, a memorable first date moment, for sure.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment.
Yeah. Why is she walking like that?
The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
The Echo? Is this what she knows? She can already do it? Maybe?
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
Huh.
Come and stand before me.
Is this it? Oh my god.
There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether.
Okay.
As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved.
I think we've done both of those ways, just not intentionally.
Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
Okay. I have to look, I have to watch it. I wish I could RP this out, but...
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles.
Sounds like a GPS.
End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
They're like the Borg?
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
I get weird vibes, man.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... How?
I wonder who they find. If they find anyone.
I have no idea.
Like, I keep thinking of the time, like what Reacher told us with Midgard's armor. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all, and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place, not only for man, but for all life. Meteion, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Or will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Aww. She got him one, right?
So, what is your opinion?
Hard to say. Shouldn't say just by this moment alone. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. I don't think we can conclude that just yet, but I do get weird vibes. I don't know if it's just the eyes, or was that little tee-hee? I don't think actually Meteion has any bad intentions. I don't even know if she can, but I don't know, there's something off about this whole like thing they have. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet...
I understand. He is a gentle soul, and well-intentioned. Yet it does not take ill intent to beget ill.
Right.
We must consider the possibility that something may have gone awry. Perhaps it was oversight, or simply an accident. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
But maybe that's the thing that does it, you know? Hey, she's smarter than me.
Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness.
I'm all for
It
it.
would not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
She's the genius here. I'm just along for the ride. Argos, go. How did we get back here? Alright, well that's probably a pretty good place to call it, I think. We've had a few really nice moments with Venat, exploring the depths of her character, and, you know, it's been a long time coming since Amnesis Anador, I think, was the first time we heard about Venat, so yeah, I'm really enjoying that we're getting to discover more about her in particular, as well as the others in Emmet and Hythlodaeus as well. It really feels like we've got a little gang going here, and I'm excited to find out. Like, I have a lot of questions with regards to Hermes and the role that he plays in all of this, like time loop stuff, and you know, we're on our way to tell him, so is that going to cause the final days here? Is that what caused it? I don't know. But yeah, still a lot of questions with regards to the final days here, the final days back home. But I hope we get some answers. But that's gonna do it for this one. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to tell me in the comments. Give this video a like as well. It really helps out. Join, become a member. I appreciate you guys and all your support. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you all for the next one. Take care. Peace.